Oklahoma was sex dick, but
Oklahoma's sex dick?
yeah. We
What's
should
it?
be back. I don't know yet, though.
Let me
I
see.
have
Doing a little
no clue
refresh.
what that happened. I
Oh,
have no
somebody
clue what happened there. I have
we're
no
being
discernible clue.
DDoSed, even though we have no evidence of it. I'm gonna
I,
call it.
we can kind of say we DDoS, but I have no fucking clue what just happened.
It's because we mentioned the sea people.
The sea people.
The
We
sea
didn't mention
people.
the sea people. We didn't mention them though. We didn't.
We did. I did. I did before when I was. I. That's how I made you remember what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. See, you're gonna get us in trouble.
God damn it!
It's
Hitting us with
so
their rays.
I have to edit this fucking video. This is .5 because gotta fuck us up. Gotta just fuck us up. I'm actually very disappointed because I thought that was a pretty nice segue that I did.
It
That
was.
was. But yeah,
I was about to
fucking
get into it.
Oklahoma is sex dick. That is the why. Do you have a theory of why Oklahoma would be sex dick? Because I have no fucking clue, like why that would even be a search.
Sex dick. Because you think people would just look for dick or just think of like gay fucking, but it's sort of a weird combination. Sex dick.
Are they
Um,
trying to look? Do you think Oklahoma there's some miscommunication going, and they're trying to look for docking, maybe, and they just for some reason
it like
don't
gets
know
auto
that
corrected.
term, maybe, or it just that they don't know that term in Oklahoma. Maybe that's just like not because that is true that some states just are like completely oblivious of some of our terminology.
I mean, Oklahoma's stupid, but they're not that stupid.
I mean, I the evidence is not on the evidence is not favoring them very well.
I could also see this being the fact that they know that Pornhub does this every year. I feel like maybe they just like 4chan or like some type of prank group could have easily just picked the state and was like, oh, just we'll just
But
like
sex stick
fucking
isn't
do
really a.
bots to.
That's not a trolling. That's not really a troll though.
I could see the postmodernism of humor of it, the postmodernism of it. Sex dick.
Maybe
It's sex dick. It's funny. It's
at
like
least
dick
it's
butt.
not. At least it's not boring like Kansas. That's just close up.
Close up. I
Yeah,
don't want to see your
the,
face. I just want to
the,
see your holes.
the most annoying. I know I shouldn't be sharing this, but I actually have to see a face, or I can't process what I'm seeing.
Oh, I kind of have to have a face to it too. Even if I'm like getting a back view, I have to have like a face before at least if I'm like the same person.
Yeah, I'm
Which is
almost.
gets very specific. It's kind of hard to find. It's
Oh, it's
funny,
fucking
like I
almost
feel like my
impossible to find
taste is
sometimes.
very vanilla, and I can't ever find the vanilla, like weird vanilla shit that I like want. There's only just awful shit for awful people. I just want specific poses or like
I mean,
different settings.
Maine. I don't think Maine should be counted as a because that's a thruple. Thruples are not primarily. That's not just a sex thing. That's like a. That's a deep. That's what
But
Maine
when
is.
you type it, if you type it into Pornhub, it is.
I guess, but why aren't you just saying
I could, I
threesome?
could, I could, I could type in "long walk on the beach" in Pornhub and find, walks on the beach porn. Just naked people walking on the beach. Walking on
Oh,
the beach isn't porn,
so
but
you thinking?
putting
So
it into
you're
Pornhub.
thinking Maine is going for the story porn that like that
Yeah,
there's an actual story going on with
yeah. Maybe they
thruple.
don't
It's
want
not
just
just
like a threesome. They kind of want
they
like, oh,
they
maybe like amateur thruples who make their own stuff.
yeah they want the bond there. There's a
Hmm.
bond that some threesomes just don't have because some threesomes I will admit they're like very, very harsh, even for like just the dudes in the three. It's like nobody seems to be enjoying this. Why are y'all here?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's a business thing. You clock in and you're like, all right, let me shove it in. Get this over with.
It's like
We got.
the fluffer is obviously having a problem trying to keep you erect.
Yeah, he's gotta do what like in Curb Your Enthusiasm, but fucking Bob Odenkirk's character said that like a fluffer did. That stick like a finger in Tabasco sauce and shove it up his ass.
That's truly what the fluffer's job is. That it's to keep you looking all veiny and thick and vivacious.
Or to fill in when the porn actor doesn't show up.
Yeah, the fluffer does get that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
That's
in most fluffing contracts.
Yeah, you'd be like all right, then you become popular, and then that's how you get a follow.
New Hampshire is
Tell you
pierced.
right.
That's gotta be that. I wonder what that's about. Why New Hampshire is pierced?
New Hampshire, what? I'm trying to remember. It's like real close to like Jersey and New York, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right next to Maine.
Yeah, okay. I could see, like, I don't know, they go up to the city, they see some city folks with the piercings, come back to New Hampshire, and then they're like, ooh, I want that.
This tri-state area definitely is not on the same queue because fucking Vermont is POV blowjob. So that's like a very drastic range in that tri-state area right there.
Maybe it could even be like I would love to see. I wish there's. I mean, you can't, and it's good because there's some privacy on the internet. We could say, but it'd be interesting to see like the cut of like genders too. Of like if like there's more women watching porn in New Hampshire than and there's like more men in Vermont. Obviously just.
I hate to say there's got to be one website that does that. There has to be one that keeps track of that.
I mean, especially now where they're gonna have to have all your information. I mean, might as well.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of but it's not like we're saying, hey, these are the group of women, here's their names and profiles, go harass them. It's not like we're gonna be doing that. It's just gonna be like,
just put you in a grouping.
It's like a lot more dudes in Alabama are jerking it than most.
Mm-hmm. I want to know which state where the most chicks are jerking it.
You can't just say like this state has more women than other, that this state has more than men. Then you can't just do that. You got to give the count. You got to say, hey, this is how many women, this how many men, and we got to be able to judge them based on that.
But it might be too powerful of information to know which state has the most women jerking off. I feel like there'd be an exploitation. People could find an exploitation there.
I don't know. I'm going to assume massive two shits is orgasm. I'm going ahead and go and assume that's more of a dude, the dude variety. I think that. Now it's not specific. It's not like they're looking for squirting, so I could be wrong. But I don't even think squirting's on here, is it? I am disappointed in this country.
I think squirting's been getting a bad rap lately. I always see a lot of people speaking against it. People just say it's just piss.
Nah,
people just it's piss.
It can be if you're dealing with a faker that can't actually squirt, yeah. But
someone has a bladder problem and just pisses.
Real squirt fluid is a mixture of the fluids. It's not just piss. Like you can tell by the smell, you sons of bitches. You can tell. Like if it smells like piss, she just pissed.
Yeah, on that really uncomfortable podcast I made you watch, even Steve-O said that he ghosted a chick because she squirted on him.
She didn't squirt. That she didn't squirt. the the amount of fluid that he said that she produced, that definitely
Mm.
was a bladder. That definitely was a bladder problem.
Mm. But still, you can see why there's a confusion now. I think more. Just there's more internet.
Because
Like there's,
there
there's
are a
an
bunch
actual
of fucking
agenda
fakers.
against squirting.
There's a bunch of fucking fakers out there. Oh, that's because. Hey, is water sports on here? Okay, so water sports aren't on, but loud, wet sex is. That is North Dakota.
North Dakota. I like the specific. I like that they're changing up a little bit. It's a little specific. It's like not too wild, but it's very specific.
South Dakota is in the same. It's playing with water too, but they even more specific. They want it in the shower. They want to make sure that it's in the shower. Shower sex is South Dakota.
It'd be funny if there's more blind people that lived in North Dakota. They just want to hear it.
Yeah, that must be what it is. Like it's the North Dakota. They just want the ASMR thing. They don't want the. They don't want the full.
I just put it on to sleep. It's not that sort of thing. I just need to hear someone getting rammed in the ass. Sloppily for me to get a good night's rest.
For these next states we're about to go over, at least the next two got me very cautious. Minnesota, like it's tickling, and Iowa is cartoon porn.
Iowa.
Iowa is digging the. Notice how it's not even.
I would have guessed Michigan.
See, I have to point out the difference. They're not just Googling hentai. They're Google that cartoon porn is primarily going to lead you to Western cartoons.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get some Family Guy shit. You're gonna get the
Futurama.
Simpsons
Futurama. Face it, you're gonna get the Kim Possibles, Danny Phantoms, Teen Titans.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna get all those as well.
Yeah, I could see a lot of just perpetually teenage, like no matter what age, just people who are teenagers for life living in Iowa. But my second, if I would have had a guess for cartoon, I would have thought Michigan. Though I feel like it's a very, I can.
What
I think that's where fucking.
Oh, Michigan kind
of. Airsoft Fatty's from.
Michigan is kind of hardcore. They got fucking bondage going on.
I also believe that. That doesn't surprise me either.
But let's get back to Minnesota with this tickling shit. What the fuck's happening in Minnesota where people want? I get that it's up north.
Minnesota. It makes sense when you think of the accent. Oh, I'm getting those feet. Oh, your ticklish feet. Oh. From Minnesota.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am with like is it just tickling? Like are they just looking videos up of clove tickling, or does it have to be a sexual element to this tickling?
It's just a state of gigglers. And I already knew that before. They're gigglers.
Wisconsin's probably got a lot of upside down pineapples and a bunch of flamingos in the fucking gardens. They want swingers.
Yep, a lot of bored married people there. I can see that.
I'm surprised it's not Florida. Florida is actually not surprising how fanciful Florida can be just in itself. Their top church is fancy.
Yeah, because they've been there and done that. They need something more now. They need something like out of this world. That's the only way they get the rocks off now.
That is definitely. I'm very disappointed in my home state. It's very basic bitch.
What is it?
Ebony Solo. They just they just want to watch an African American chick masturbate.
So we can kind of deduce that I feel like a lot of it is I mean, that makes a lot of sense because you have Atlanta, where you have a really just like tight population of black people. Then you have a bunch of racist people around the black people, and they want to also, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's still basic bit. I was hoping we'd be a little better than that. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if we switched with fucking South Carolina high heels, even though I know what high heels lead to. I already know. I didn't even know that was a thing until I met my ex. She taught me about that stuff because she was, of course, strongly against it. You know who I'm talking about. She was, and
you mean like stomping and like the cock and ball torture type of stuff?
there is a certain section of crushing. Yeah, they take hamsters and stuff, and they with the heels, and I was like, how'd you even? Yeah, I'm a 4chan person, and I didn't know that shit existed. How the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, I knew. Yeah,
like that animal cruelty was the one thing I guess was like 100% never gonna be allowed on 4chan.
I think
like I've seen so many people get decapitated, but I've only watched one hamster be put in a fucking boiling pot, and that's because of Isabel Loretta Jenke. That's not even because of 4chan.
And I believe also I think it was the same lady. I think she also like put eels in her asshole, live eels. But she had the big crushing porn thing. Like she had like a channel on YouTube where she just like crushed cans, but then it would lead you to the discords and the
Yeah, gotcha.
And then the dark content where she'd like crush frogs, puppies, kittens.
I knew primarily hamsters.
Put eels in her ass.
Fucking. Hey, I can't knock her for doing that, I guess.
It's a live eel. It's still animal abuse. The eels didn't make it from their asshole journey. It's literally, instead of crushing it with the heel, you're crushing it with your asshole.
She could have been putting it in backwards. Hey,
I don't
hamsters,
think she was. I don't think.
I know she wasn't.
I think you give her too much benefit of the doubt.
I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her whatsoever. I just need to point out this little factor. People do put hamsters up there, and them hamsters. Most of the hamsters come back safely.
I don't know how we define safely, but yes, you can survive being put into a sweaty hot tube if you're taken out before you suffocate. Yes. Like I'm sure a hamster could like survive 2 seconds in a microwave.
I'm sorry, but what do you find unsafe about putting a tiny hamster inside somebody that can take a whole arm?
I mean, I guess in that scenario,
because that's usually the people that are doing these little they're what we would call gapers.
But what will happen is sometimes it burrows the wrong way, gets too deep in there.
Yeah, that's usually when shit goes south. That's usually how it happens. It goes too far. It's not that, oh shit, I accidentally crushed it. It's always, oh fuck, it I can't feel it no more.
I guess if you put using hamsters as anal beads and crushing hamsters both on a balance, I guess you would see that the anal bead hamster would be, I guess, maybe slightly less heavy. I guess we'll agree with that. I'll agree with that as far as I'll go, I guess. But he weighing the hearts and like when he died.
I am not justifying what they do. I'm just explaining the level of danger we're dealing with. Basically, we're talking about throwing a living. I'm gonna throw that in caveat. We're throwing a living hot dog down a hallway, and that's basically what we're doing.
But how many times are we doing it, and how long are we keeping it in there?
I don't know. I don't know.
And I feel like in a way,
I
maybe the
can't
hamster
control.
that got crushed. Maybe got it there.
I have to say that I've never once have ever seen somebody complain about crushing. It's always that they went too far. The stories that you can look up. It's never, oh shit, I got a little too, I thought I was farting.
Okay, yes,
and I squeezed and flexed too hard. Like it's never like, it's never that.
We've all seen Lemmings. We've all watched the South Park episode with Lemmings.
Did Living Wings make it though?
It's still
I don't
abuse.
think,
It's still bad.
I don't think Living Wings made it. I don't
He made
remember.
it. He made it. He goes through a couple journeys.
Oh man. Can you say that one of his journeys was fully ass to mouth? Can we say that? Like in Arkansas, its top search is ass to mouth. Them dirty sons of bitches. Ass to mouth is Arkansas. That means they want somebody to be eating out their asshole. They want to be tonguing the old ace and go straight to the mouth.
Is that shocking anymore? Is that even? I feel like we could put that in vanilla now.
Okay, no, this is not vanilla. Hold on.
It didn't say shitty ass.
This is etiquette. This is etiquette we're gonna have to discuss.
It didn't say, oh, spontaneous ass eating shitty, Now,
like, I understand.
Porn people get that shit clean and it looks nice.
I understand we're talking about sexual partners. You know, some sexual partners, don't do that, but you're getting your own ass juices on your mouth, man. That's where it's getting me. Like, what can you like?
So you're fully against rim job?
No, I'm not fully against rim job. It's just, okay, just answer this question. Would you be fine with your ass is real sweaty? Would you be fine with just like getting your fingers real wet with your ass wet and just sticking them in your mouth? Would you be fine with that?
No.
Okay then. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
But what about when you clean yourself up and you got yourself prepped? It's not beyond just porn people. I've seen amateur people that shit clean. There's a process that you can prep yourself. We're talking about. I feel like there's a conversation if you're talking specifically about unprepped or prep.
I don't know. I think there should at least be if y'all are going ass to mouth, there should be a thing of Tic Tacs around at least.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
Because it's
because
let's not beat around the bush.
Sweaty,
it can get
like
pretty
your balls
rancid.
and your pussy can get stinky. And so, like, what? I guess you can't put those in your mouth either. You don't want those liquids on you. They're bodily fluids.
Wait, and now we're gonna go down south to Louisiana. I'm pretty upset with how they search. They don't do BBC. They just do Big Black Dick.
No.
They don't search for BBC. I guess BBC would lead to something else, but I don't think so.
I don't think not on Pornhub. It's not going to lead to the British Broadcasting Network on when you search it on Pornhub.
So I don't get why they're doing the dick and not just the random. Go to the category. There's a whole fucking category.
No, they skip. They just jump right into the search. That's what's on their mind. They don't
Good
even have
lord.
time to abbreviate.
I'm curious what Missouri is about with their transformation stuff. Theirs is transformation. What kind of transformation? Like, are we?
Okay.
Because there is the gender swap transformation where the dude becomes a lady, and he's like all about it, and but then you could also be like just like a chair gets anthropomorphized into it, like
Mm-hmm.
change into it, like how people fucking what was the anthropomorphized version of the Earth and shit like that. Like everything has a hentai
You see,
e-girl
and what
about
I
it.
actually have some. I actually have some inside knowledge of the second one because on YMS, the one straight guy who usually pretends to be super racist, Scott or Scoot. I
Yeah,
feel like, have I shown you enough? Yeah, yeah. He's actually into, and they call it transformation. I mean, not transformation. They call it something else. That's why transformation's got me fucked up now because that's why I'm kind of confused because they wouldn't use that term, and I'm trying to remember what he was used because he kind of likes the in between of like the of the morphing, like
okay.
like when the scene when like of like a werewolf in London when like the dude's like face is elongating in that in between period. That's what
Yeah.
he's into.
So the
He wants
cart
that to
tight
happen to him
the
because he's a
cart
furry
tight
too. He's a tiger furry.
the cart titan is really what he digs. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
it's not even just the elongated. It's just like the act of the
Of being in long.
transformation.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I
Because he
got you.
wants to transform into a tiger, but the porn that he gets is like weird like non-porn of just like in between phases of his transformation. They're very specific.
Speaking of furries, most of them are living in Mississippi. Apparently, that is Mississippi.
Mississippi.
That's their top search is furry. They love
Hmm.
them furries. I love.
I actually believe it.
I gotta point this out. I love how none of these are really doubling up. Like
Yeah,
you can say ass eating and ass to mouth is kind of similar. Like they're in the same
I'd say
ballpark, but
same.
ass eating is different than ass to mouth. Like that is different.
Hmm. And I feel like even if you could like on the actual act you could say is separate with ass to mouth and ass eating, I feel like both are gonna pull up most of the same things on Pornhub. Just knowing how Pornhub just kind of like will just show you things
It
that are
depends on how
even.
good you got your algorithm. It depends. It's if you got a profile for one, if you got a profile, and two, if you're actually liking and disliking, and telling Pornhub what you do and don't want. Yeah, it depends. It all depends on
I
how
go
these
in
people are
vanilla.
handling their.
I go in vanilla without an account and like incognito mode. So usually it doesn't like it doesn't have like my history on there like on the actual website, like of what you want. So I always go into like what's the pop, when you hit that first page, that's what you get. Which I have been noticing. I'm really glad that there's a lot less just it's still there.
Step.
Still like if you go down like maybe like five down, there's still some incest. But at least it hasn't been top for a while from what I've been seeing. And that's good. Let's keep it dropping. Let's let's end this phase. America was worrying me
It's not on this.
for a little bit.
It's not on this whatsoever.
Yeah, that's good. That's improvement. That's you know what? As much as we go back, as like politically, I don't care. You could interpret that however you want. Anybody who's listening, I feel like everybody agrees, no matter what politically you are, is that things
Uh,
are going a way that nobody likes. But at least we could
Unfortunately,
say we are progressing with our porn searches.
yes, yes, and I can tell you what your top porn search has been. I know what you've been into the past.
Oh, Colorado?
You want some femdom going on. You want to be taken advantage of by a lady. Your boy. Get some
Hell yeah, I
femdom
can
going
believe
on.
that.
Femdom, it depends because femdom can be either can deal with bondage, just like a lady that likes wrapping somebody up, or somebody that just actively degrades you. It can,
Makes you wear a little, those like little like, what are those,
I,
the cock things? I can't think of the chastity things.
the chastity fucking
And they're like, you can't
cages.
come until I tell you to.
That's actually more of a cuck thing than a femdom thing. Like usually
I
that's
feel like if they're not fucking another person, if there's not another person involved with that, it's just like, oh, I only come when my lady comes, but she's still not like, she's not fucking other men. How would that be cucking?
most femdoms
If you-
cuck.
A lot of
Like
femdoms cuck, but
Like
I,
if you're dating a femdom, you're a cuck. Like that's just like you are the cuck of that relationship.
I think that's very general. I think you're generalizing. I think that's very ignorant. I feel like there's plenty of monogamous femdom relationships.
I don't think they're wearing the dick cage then because the
We'll
dick
still wear the dick cage because like, oh, you can't jerk off. You know,
it's not
fun
just
'cause you're
jerking.
like, oh, I can't. And she's not fucking you, and she's like getting to the
That will
point that when
actively
it's time to blast, you
that
blast.
actively shrinks you actively shrink when you wear those. Like that is a way to make your penis smaller, dude. Like you're
It keeps you
actively
from having a
not
boner.
using. No, it people you go small. You get your the point of the dick cages is to go smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, just be tighter. I could see.
No, it's not
that's
even.
like a
It's
different
not
part
even
of
that.
it too.
It's not even. It's literally that's what the dick cage was designed primarily for, was so
To shrink your
submissive
dick.
guys could shrink their dicks. Yeah.
Specifically for that, never used for anything else.
I mean, you can use it for anything else, but it will. That's going to be the side effect, and to the point where you won't even be able to use it anymore. Like you'll be able to come and everything, but it's not going to be functional anymore. Dick cage is like very.
It depends on how tight you're making it. I feel like you could damage yourself, like with any.
It's
any
not
of, like, the
damaging.
kinda,
You're
like,
not
crazy stuff.
damaging anything. It's just it's just the body grows accustomed to never getting hard ever again. You're training your body to not get hard. Is what you're doing with the dick cage. I understand some people just put it on for fun, but then they're definitely not experiencing the dick cage phenomenon that is the dick cage. They're just a weird person that likes having something on their dick. You might as well just be wrapping a fucking blanket around then.
But I mean, there's like, yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of things that just involve putting things on your dick and like applying different pressures, like cock rings. Like not even
Cock
just like
ring is
not the piercing
completely
ones,
different.
but like the.
Cock ring is a completely different than a dick cage. Cock
But I
ring,
mean, it's
some
like
cocks,
another thing. It's something else that could go wrong too.
dick cages usually don't go wrong.
I don't know. I feel like. I don't know. I feel like.
You're not
There's a
supposed
reason
to
I
get.
don't believe this. I don't.
You're not supposed. Your dick cage.
I don't know
See,
why.
you're
I
thinking.
can't.
You're comparing a dick
It's
cage to a
shrinking
cock.
your dick. I don't know if that's how your body works.
You're comparing a dick cage to a cock ring, and they're completely different. If you want the build up, the pressure, the tightness feeling, you get a cock ring. But a dick cage is literally just so you train your dick not to get hard anymore. That's all it's for. It's not, your dick cage ain't supposed to be tightly grasping your your
I don't know. I
balls
just
and your dick to
a
where
lot
it's
of the
squeezing
times
it.
I've seen it used, every time that I've seen a lot of it used when I've watched, is there's always a process of like an edging thing, of like a femdom edging thing. You know, like they get you to a point and like, oh, you're stretching out this thing and
And you haven't
you just want
noticed,
to get out.
I'm going to assume
But
you
then I
haven't
fucking never
followed
got.
any. You'll notice, if you look at it, you'll notice the femdoms, their junk actually gets smaller, dude.
I guess I haven't noticed that. I just assume that they're usually just tiny dick dudes.
No, that's no. They usually start out average, and that it's a process that they go through. There's a limit. There will be a finite point where like it's never gonna get smaller anymore. But you can definitely shrink your dick up, dude. That's something you can do.
I don't know.
You're you've
I will.
you've gotten complete
I will
like your
concede.
the dick
I will
cage is not
concede, but
supposed.
I will have to. I will have to get some get some research going
Your
about
dick
the
cage is not
actual
supposed to be
medical
squeezing
phenomena.
firmly tight. It's not supposed to be like squeezing. It's just supposed to be like firm enough to the point where it's not gonna go anywhere. Like it's supposed to still be comfortable. Cock rings not supposed to be comfortable whatsoever. I do not see what people get from cock rings.
So then,
And
so then,
there are
if
some.
you just don't
I gotta
get
point this out.
boners during
I gotta
the
point
day,
this out.
Okay, sorry.
I gotta point this out. There are some dick cages that are also attached to cock rings. That's very important. That there's the dick cage, the dick cage with the cock ring, and the cock ring. That's very important to point out. Some of the femdoms are actively wearing a cock ring as well as a dick cage.
Okay.
When I got it, when the balls are swelling up, real like getting that real purpley veiny looking, they're actively wearing it. That is a dick cage with a cock ring. But usually
Okay.
a dick cage won't even go over your testicles whatsoever. It'll just go over your dick, and there will be like a
And you said
thing.
and you're saying that it's not tight.
it's not
You said
tight.
It's not. It's not even.
It's
okay, so then
firm.
why
It's
you're-
firm.
why
Don't get me
those-
wrong. It's firm. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like squeezing. It's not gonna be squeezing. It shouldn't be.
So if
you
you-
got to you.
So what you're saying is that if I don't have a dick cage and I'm just not getting boners during the day, is my dick shrinking then?
No.
Then
It's the fact that you're when you the process starts when you actively start getting hard. Your dick can't get hard. So your brain goes, "Oh, this is what my penis size is supposed to be right now." It's basically what you're training your brain to not get hard.
okay, now so you're saying that you could only really notice the size when they're erect, and it's affecting the size of specifically their erection.
No. No.
But
It's
also
affecting the
shrinking-
size. Yes, because it's making their erection the size of their flaccid dick. And when their dick gets flaccid, it's not going to just fall over. It's going to shrink up a little bit, like normal. Still going to do that even if you are making your erection as big as your flaccid dick. It will still shrivel up a little bit more when you to the point where it will shrink. People can grow their dick.
Mhm.
You can shrink your dick, dude. The fuck?
Well, a lot of the growing the dick was kind of bullshit too. It was just like you swelled it to the point that it was kind of damaged. Like
No,
with the penis pumps specifically.
There's no penis pump is a lie. Yes, that if we're gonna get into that, but there are creams and herbs and supplements that you can take that are natural that will get your penis size up there.
I don't know. I always felt like that was a scam.
Some of them are, most of them are, but there are some that are legit that people will go by because that's how some people get into porn is because they do that shit, get their shit up.
Because I just always assumed because there's like so much bullshit and to the point like even that there's a whole dark market like grinding down rhino horn and fucking tiger penises to fucking like make bullshit that doesn't work. So, and I know that there's herbs and stuff like but I feel like they're always just like things that just like got your heart rate up, and it's still your dick size. It's just like you know,
No,
it didn't grow. It's just that there's
I
more blood, a little bit more blood flow, so maybe you're harder. But I don't think like a significant like, oh, I grew an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches.
no.
Like I
There are
never believe any
several
of that.
adult stars that will advocate for that shit because their penis size is the size it is because of it.
Or it's hard to say because then also they are also usually trying to sell a product.
Yeah, but most
I
of
don't
the
know.
time you can see the progression. Like they actively show the progression themselves.
I don't know. Well, future always something productions thing. Well, you'll have to prescribe to me something that you believe will actually make my dick permanently bigger, and I will try it. And then we'll do the hard research.
You're gonna have to take that to yourself. If I get any, I would have a fucking heart attack. I would have a fucking.
You don't have to
I
you don't have to
can't
be there to see. You
No,
just have to be there
I'm
to
saying
look
I
at
can't
the
partake
data.
in the. I cannot partake in the. I will have to be a control, because I cannot partake in the experiment. Because I'd have a fucking heart. I almost have a heart attack as it is. Like,
But why would I give you a heart attack just like hoping your friend grow a bigger dick?
no,
Without
I'm
having to
saying
see yourself.
if I made my. I'm saying if I partook in the experiment and tested it myself, then I would start having a lot more complications because my chest already
no,
hurt.
yeah. Oh, okay. No, yeah. I wasn't saying that you had to do it. I meant for me.
Well, we're gonna need a control. We're gonna need a control. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I just meant you're there to analyze the data that I bring. And then you have to, and you're there to just be like, I trust this man. He's not lying about his penis.
I also have to. I got a little ace right here. Got a little ace. There is also surgery that you can get where they actively,
I know about that. That's
they
bad,
actively
though.
pull your penis
I
out
hear a
of
lot of
you.
bad things. I hear a lot of bad things about that.
Yeah, but it's still a thing you can do.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought was like the only way, and that's like a.
No, I mean it's gonna be a process, and I'm not saying you're gonna be like, oh, I can grow 4 inches. You probably get half an inch, maybe an inch. I ain't promising 3. I'm promising an inch. And before you're like, well, what's the fucking point? That I've noticed that seems to make a lot of difference. Because people would be like, yeah, I'm 5'5" on Chatterbait. I'm like, bruh, you look so tiny compared. It's like, the fuck? You lying. You put in a couple inches on.
Dang.
My other job. Oh, let's see here. What state do you want to do now? What state haven't we done? Let's stay a random state.
What's California doing?
California is Asian stepmom. It's better, I guess. It's not step. It's not step. So basically, a bunch of. I know exactly. Oh my god. Oh my. Around. I'm going.